Boys, Real Madrid has lost another big game, this time in the Champions League to Liverpool. Is Xabi Alonso's job in trouble? If you guys do enjoy the video, leave a like, subscribe, I'll catch you next time. Peace. Boys, Real Madrid faced off against Liverpool this Tuesday in Anfield. And Real Madrid lost, and they honestly looked really bad. And I think people are starting to lose faith in Xabi Alonso and his kind of schematics and his scheme and the way he wants to play, and it just looks really bad. It doesn't look fun. It doesn't look great. I think when people think of Real Madrid, they think of like the year they had when they won every single Champions League they had. Specifically, the one they won when they first signed Jude, and it looks weird. It doesn't look comfortable. Everybody out there looks like they're playing a different game from one another. I don't want to say it's all individual because it really isn't. I think that there's glaring individualistic talent in terms of like, oh, if you watch a Real Madrid game, you could tell like, oh, Carreras had a great game. Camavinga had a bad game. Hausen had a bad game. Like, it's very easy and apparent to look at stuff like that just because how glaring kind of the issues are in terms of individualistic players. But there is a lot of team football that is being played with them. It's just that not everything's clicking. Not everything is kind of shining through. I think this was kind of a bad loss just because of how bad Real Madrid did look. I think it was more of an embarrassing thing to watch Liverpool make it look easy. I think that when you lose a game, it's natural. You lose games, it's part of the game, right? But when you lose the fashion in which they did, it looked too easy for Liverpool. And this scoreline could have easily been 5-0, 6-0, 4-0. Easily, but Courtois had one of the greatest games I've ever watched as a goalie. To be fair, the goal that did go in was right at him. It was just like a reflex save. He didn't get there, but you can't blame him because he made so many incredible saves throughout that whole game. And like I said, I thought that Liverpool made it look easy. Arne Slot, the Liverpool coach, and mind you, Liverpool have been in really bad form as of late. They played today against Man City. I think they lost 4-0, 3-0. Obviously, City a much better team, a much more cohesive unit. They have one of the best strikers right now in Erling Haaland. Dude's on an absolute tear. But Arne Slot kind of, said one of the most hurtful things to any Real Madrid fan and any Xabi Alonso fan. And honestly, he's not wrong. Real Madrid helped us because they did exactly what we expected them to do. So if you have a game plan in mind, and you think your opponent's going to play one type of way, and they do, it makes your job a whole lot easier. And Real Madrid aren't creative when it comes to attacking. Defensively, they're okay. I think that they have enough to be strong in defense because of how well Carreras is playing, Militao is playing. Hausen had a really bad game, but I mean, those are far and few in between. It's bound to happen. But yeah, I thought that he kind of summed it up perfectly. Real Madrid aren't creative in the attacking half, especially. Like, it's weird because they do have, like, Mbappe and Vinny and Jude's coming back. And obviously, that a lot of Jude's roles, he's playing more like a central nine, like a false nine. And Mbappe and Vinny are kind of shoving themselves out on the left wing side. And everything that's creative is coming from Arda Güler, and Arda Güler didn't have a great game against Liverpool. So you could just tell, like, there's no creativity. Nobody's being creative. There's nobody like Toni Kroos kind of managing the game, telling people when to be creative. And then Real Madrid had a game today against Rayo Vallecano. They tied 0-0. They had 21 shots, 5 on target. But Rayo had better chances. So it's super interesting to watch. Because Xabi Alonso, when he was with Bayern Leverkusen, they played well, man. They played like exciting ball, and they had really big comeback victories. And I don't know what it is when it comes to Xabi Alonso, but he's really stubborn. He has guys like Gonzalo Garcia, Eindrick, Lunin. Lunin's a really good keeper. I think that if he had an opportunity to just give Courtois like a day off or like I remember back to the day where Real or Zinedine Zidane had like a Real Madrid A and a Real Madrid B, and honestly, giving dudes other opportunities to play. I think Lunen's too good to be a backup all the time. If you want to, obviously in big games, you want Courtois to be the keeper. But if it's like a Copa del Rey match or just a random La Liga match, put Lunin in. He's good enough. Gonzalo Garcia not getting any minutes is kind of shameful. It's kind of like disrespectful. Eindrick, the same boat. I think that the kid deserves an opportunity. Obviously, when you have injuries to Trent, injuries to Carvajal, you can shove Fede Valverde to the right back position. You can push Eindrick up to right wing. And I just don't think that he's doing that. I don't think that he's comfortable kind of changing the team too much. I think that it's okay for him to, like, he does a lot of different starting 11s, but he has like 3 or 4 of them that he kind of sticks with all the time. And the only positions he kind of moves are like the right wing position, some of the center mids, and then most of the defense is pretty much always the same, like barring any injuries, right? I think Housen's playing really badly, so he's put in Raul Asensio. Raul Asensio has been phenomenal these past couple matches. But like I said, Fran Garcia, Eindrick, Gonzalo Garcia, these are dudes that should just be playing. I mean, just try him out, right? Like I said, I think there's so much controversy within that right wing position because obviously he's starting a lot of Mastantuono. He's starting Arda Güler up there. He's starting Fede Valverde up there when the right backs are healthy. But like I said, I don't see a problem just throwing Eindrick out there. Rodrigo hasn't been playing a lot of minutes, so I think that his the way he's kind of forcing his team to play, he's kind of just, like I said, he's forcing it. He's not getting what he wants out of it, and it's kind of one of those things where, what is it, like the insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results. And I think he's going insane. Dude's not he's not changing. He's being really stubborn, and the offense is one dimensional. I think it's good to, he wants to put players in positions to succeed. He wants the system to kind of grow authentically, organically. But it just isn't happening. I think when you're having a lot of bad games in a row, you might want to change something, try different things out. I don't know if it's going to be one of those things where it's like, Copa del Rey, pretty bad team, let's go try a new formation. Let's go try somebody else. He's trying Camavinga at right wing. Camavinga, like I said, he had a bad game against Liverpool. He's coming back from injury. But like I said, not starting guys like Eindrick or not starting them, but giving them minutes is kind of weird because Gonzalo had such a great Club World Cup match. I think not giving the opportunity for him to be a number 9 and Mbappe on the wing, bench Vinny, whatever, right? Do something like that. Because Mbappe and Vinny plays too similarly in a too similarly position. They make the same runs. They do the same kind of things. And Mbappe doesn't offer much in terms of aerial threat. So it doesn't really make sense for him to be out there and not making runs in the box. If he's your striker, he has to play a striker role. I know he's not the greatest in the air. He doesn't have the highest vertical. He's not going to win too many headers against a guy like Virgil van Dijk or Konate. But I mean, I think giving the option to Gonzalo Garcia to, when your team is doing badly in one area, go put somebody else in. Go put Gonzalo Garcia. Hey, we need more crosses. Go into halftime. Hey, boys, we need more crosses. I'm going to sub in Gonzalo Garcia in the 70th minute, in the 65th minute, and we're going to try to spam crosses when he does come in. That way your team knows that that's what you want to do. But doing the same thing over and over and over again and becoming a one-dimensional team, one-dimensional offense, it becomes really, like a lot of fans are saying, boring to watch. It's not working. It's not exciting. So those are kind of everybody's thoughts right now. They're all really mad at Xabi Alonso, and I don't blame them. Like I said, they're not playing well. They're not playing exciting. They're not playing... it's not pretty. Obviously, his Club World Cup matches, There's a lot of pretty footballs, a lot of tiki-taka, a lot of passing here and there. You give, I go, right? A lot of give and goes and all that type of things. And we haven't seen much of that as of late. But let me know what you guys think. Is the criticism to Xabi Alonso fair? If you guys did enjoy the video, leave a like, subscribe. I'll catch you next time. Peace.